Well, on the 51st anniversary of October War victory and celebrating the return of Sinai Peninsula to Egypt and this very important part and sacred land in Egypt. Well, the center media, the cabinet media center in Egypt said that the Sinai Peninsula have started reaping the harvest of development projects carried out there throughout decades. To shed more light on this, we had the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, Dr. Ayman Ghoneim, the economic expert. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Madam Hori.
How are you? Well, on this special occasion, as Egypt celebrates the 51st anniversary of the October War victory and the Sinai Peninsula, now we are gaining the development projects that took place there. What would you say today?
Well, actually, I can say that during the era of President Anwar Sadat, Sinai witnessed the Battle of Liberation. And during the term of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi during the last 10 years, it saw two main battles. The first one was the battle against terrorism to clean Sinai out of the terrorist organizations, and the second battle was the Battle of Development. And both battles took place simultaneously, in parallel. And this is the very special thing, that the project, or the national project of developing and constructing Sinai started in 2014 amidst the war against terrorism. President al-Sisi insisted that both quests they had to be carried out simultaneously. Yes. Now, the national project for developing and constructing Sinai, it consumed investments of around 600 billion pounds so far, and expected another 400 billion pounds in the coming years. So overall, 1 trillion Egyptian pounds.
Yes.
And in order for us to know the significance of such a figure, we have to know that during the last 30 years before 2010, the annual expenditure or the annual investment on infrastructure did not exceed 30 billion pounds per annum. So during 30 years, Egypt didn't exceed 1 trillion pounds in 30 years for the investment in infrastructure. Now, all this amount was invested in Sinai alone and will be invested also in Sinai alone during the term of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi.
Yes.
Now, Sinai represents the eastern gate of Egypt. It's 1/16 of our total area, which represents around 6.1%. It's 61,000 square kilometers, and it had been deprived from development and from the essential services and utilities before President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi took over.
Yes.
And that was one of the main reasons for the spread of or the infiltration of the terrorist organizations and terrorist thoughts in some parts of Sinai. That was one of the reasons, actually. Mm. So the national project to develop Sinai, as we said, it has three main objectives. The first one is to build and increase the capacity of the infrastructure. The second main objective is to develop Sinai from an agricultural, from an industrial, and also from a touristic perspective. And the third one is to attract more investment for such quests. Now, if we look at the infrastructure, actually Egypt constructed around 1,300 kilometers of new roads in Sinai during the last 10 years. If you want also to know the significance of such number, we have to know that the national road network in Egypt increased by 7,000 kilometers during the term of President al-Sisi. So this figure, 1,300, represents around 18% of the new construction of roads.
Yes.
And this actually signifies the so-called positive discrimination in development, because now the new republic tries to positively discriminate those areas, those regions, and those classes that were deprived from services before 2013.
Yes.
Also, if we're talking about increasing the capacity of roads, Egypt increased the capacity and increased the efficiency of around 3,000 kilometers also in Sinai, vis-a-vis 10,000 kilometers in the whole country. So this means that again there is a positive discrimination for this particular aspect in the development, which is increasing the capacity of the roads.
Yes.
Also, we can speak about the tunnels under Suez Canal. We have the tunnels of Tahrir Nasr, Long Live Egypt in Ismailia. We have the tunnels of 3rd of July in Port Said. We have the second phase of the tunnel of the Martyr Ahmad Hamdi. Talking about the floating bridges, we have the bridge of Abnuk Gerges, we have the bridge of Ahmed al-Manfi in Ismailia, we constructed the bridge of Ahmed al-Shabrawi in Suez, we constructed the bridge of Victory in Port Said. Also talking about the fixed bridges, there is increasing the capacity of the existing fixed bridge and constructing a new bridge over the canal. Also, you have to look at this project, the national project for developing Sinai, in conjunction with the project of the economic zone of Suez Canal. Now, Egypt aspires at converting Suez Canal and its economic zone into the flagship of investment and the flagship of development in the coming decade, increasing the capacity and revamping 6 main ports in Adabiya, Sokhna, southern Suez Canal in the western bank of Suez Canal, improving the capacity of Tor port in southern Sinai, the 2 ports of East and West Port Said, and the port of Arish in northern Sinai. This project is, the project of the economic zone of Suez Canal is interrelated with the project of developing of Sinai, and it intends to make Sinai and the Suez Canal area, as I said, the flagship of development and investment in Egypt.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Dr. Ayman Ghoneim, the economic expert. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone. And with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, Cairo Local Time. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.